Baby girl, you got a for real, for serious role. Y'all already know what it means when I had this mic in my hand. And for those of you who don't, it means another book review is coming your way. Today we are here to talk about Pretty Girls by Karin Slaughter. The book started off kind of slow for me, and I was like, all right, nah, when we gonna get to the nitty gritty? I'm just playing. I know you can't just go in, you can't just give it to them hot like that. Once I was on about the 60th page, I was like, okay, where is this going? Oh, hold on. You don't want any spoilers? Peace to you.
Because it's about to get real. It gets gross. It gets terrifying.
Exactly. And this time it actually gets gross. It gets scary. It gets crazy. The book started off a little bit slow for me, but that's probably because it was told from 3 different perspectives and it seemed a little bit scattered. And that might have just been me, though. I feel like I might have missed something at the very beginning of the book, because once I found out that all 3 of the people telling their version of the story is related, I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense. And when it starts to make sense, that's when it pulls you in, and then you get stuck, just like I was stuck wanting to know what happened, why it happened. Will they ever find Lakeisha Jackson? No, I'm just playing. For me, the exact moment when everything started to come together and pull me in by the collar of my shirt was when Claire found the footage on Paul's desktop the day of his funeral. I was like,
what the fuck? That's really what the fuck I want to know. What the fuck is going on?
Can somebody please tell me what is going on? For real. From that moment on, I was locked in. Clink, clink. I'm telling you, I was flipping them pages, because after that, the book just does not let up. The twists and turns this book is going to take you through is unlike nothing else that I've ever seen before, I've ever read. Honestly, truly, I don't think I've read anything that made me feel like this. And I've realized that Claire and Lydia were sisters. I vividly remember pulling up to the gym and I had to pause the audiobook, open up my physical book, read it with my own 2 eyes just to believe what I was seeing, because I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was like, y'all are sisters. That is insane. I would have never, ever thought that. Ever. I don't like what happened between them. That's something that I won't understand, because I would never do what Claire did to Lydia. But I do love that they showed sisterhood and how that works in ways of, like, someone could really hurt you, someone meaning your sibling, and you still show up for them when they need you because you love them. You have unconditional love for them. And I just love that part. I don't like what caused their fallout, but I do like that Lydia still showed up for Claire despite how she was feeling. She could look at her sister and tell that she needs someone. So I'm going to be there for her. I loved that. And just when I thought it couldn't get any crazier, when Lydia and Claire went to Paul's old house and walked up in that garage and they saw what they saw, that is when I said, okay, just when I thought it couldn't get any sicker, we're going to make you ill at this point. That's what the author said. She said, I can't make you any more sicker. No, that's probably not grammatically correct. I can't make you any more sicker. I'm finna make you ill. I just had to close the book for a second. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna come back to this. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute to process exactly what is happening right now, because this is a lot to take in. I was like, this is sick. And mind you, Paul's dead, so nobody can even address the situation with Paul because he's dead. I'm so pissed that he was dead, because I'm like, whole time I felt like you was a creepy crawler, crunchy, dusty, rusty, funky, disgusting. I thought something was off with Paul from the jump. Well, not from the jump. Not from the jump. Not from the jump. I don't know when I thought something was off, but I felt like something was off. I felt like things weren't right. And it was probably, that doesn't matter. I knew something was off about him. And when they found them tapes in that garage, it just confirmed everything that I knew already. we're dealing with a sick individual. And as everything started to unfold, I started thinking like, wait a minute. Claire says she read her father's journal. So how did she not question what was going on or question the people that she kept close to her? You read what your daddy said and you didn't think twice to think twice. You didn't even think about, okay, well, my dad is saying this, so let me start looking at you and asking you questions. Because something ain't adding up. She just completely disregarded everything her daddy said. I'm just like, I'm reading the journals and I'm like, something ain't right. So how you reading a journal and you don't think the same thing? I am genuinely confused. If she would have paid attention to that, a lot of the stuff that happened could have been avoided a long time ago. That part I really was like, wait a minute. You read the journal. I'm reading the journal. I know what I got from the journal. So what you get from the journal? Because we couldn't have got the same thing. Because I would have been looking at... somebody gonna have to go and it ain't gonna be me, okay? Claire was overly in denial and that was annoying me because I need you to wake up. This book is one of those books where I had to stop every chapter or so, every 2 chapters maybe, and sit with what I'm reading because it was really sick. And then, like I said, the plot twist, it's like you just going on, they just take you for a ride. Like a tornado picked you up and it's just everything that got sucked up in the tornado too. You just seeing all that stuff and you like, what the world is going on? And then it just drops you off. That's really how I felt. I didn't think about that when I was reading it, but if I had to think of an analogy, it would be a tornado coming and picking you up and just swirling around with all the different things. And it's like adding more stuff into the tornado. So you're just seeing it happen. And you're like, what more can you have in this tornado? And then there's more. Like, oh my God. It really is heavy. It's dark. It's sick. It's twisted. It's truly uncomfortable at times. And one of those times was when Claire said that she could smell Paul's aftershave. Mind you, he died like 2 weeks ago. She was like, she was looking at tapes or whatever and she could smell the aftershave on the tapes and she didn't know if she was tripping or not. And I'm like, how you smell it? You gotta be overly tripping if you smelling his aftershave and he died 2 weeks ago. How are you still smelling that? Like, how is that still a vivid smell for you to smell? She says she turned around, looks up, Paul's right there.
Oh, hell no.
Paul punches her, knocks her out.
Oh, hell no.
That's when I had to pause. I was in the shower listening to the audiobook. I had to pause it and really just like stand up against the wall with my hand on the wall like this. In one hand and the other hand, like I was like this. Hand on my hip on the wall, just like, what did I just read? What did I just hear? He's alive.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Oh, that is where I was like, okay. Like I said, the tornado analogy, what more can the tornado pick up? Like, what else? Shawty said Paul was still alive. Paul punched her, knocked her out. She done woke up with her ring on her finger. And now she's realizing this mother effer never died. You faked a robbery and your death. My husband had me held up in a robbery that was not even real, got stabbed, died in front of my eyes, went cold in my hands, had the ambulance come and get you. We'd have had a funeral for you. And you pop back up 2 weeks later and punch me in my face and put my wedding ring back on my finger that the robber took off my finger when you staged the fake robbery for your fake death? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry if I just got all off into it, but it just brought me back to how I felt in that shower. My chest was hurting so bad because I genuinely was sitting there like, how you smelling aftershave on tapes? VHS tapes. Like, for you to smell aftershave, he'd had to use a hell of a lot of aftershave for you to be smelling it and he's dead. Like, what are we talking about? Whole time he's alive. I just threw my hand. Now throw your hands up. I just threw my hands up. I said at this point, I'm just going to let it take me wherever it take me, because I don't know where it's taking me. I don't know where we going. Do you know where we going with this? I don't know where we're going, but I know I'm going to be there to see. It's wild. It's twisted. It's stressful. It's suspenseful. It is really a thriller. Like, thriller night. This is a thriller for real. The things that was happening in this book, I'm going to go as far as to say they happening in the real world. And that's what makes it even more scary. It's disgusting. I genuinely wanted to fight Paul myself. For real. That's how much I don't like Paul. I don't even want to know nobody. I don't even want to meet nobody with the name Paul. I don't want to even say Paul. Paul is a dog. Paul Bearer. None of that. But yes, overall, this book, I give it 5 stars. 10 out of 10. 5 star. 10 out of 10. I do recommend. I just say brace yourself, because it gets a little crazy. Okay, and I can't even say a little. This is the craziest book I've read. It's probably top 2, and it's not 2. You feel me? That's how much I jig with the book. It was sick. Don't get it twisted. It was sick, but it was so good. Like, golly. You've read Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter? Tell me in the comments. Drop it down. Drop it low, girl. Drop it low, girl. If you want to read it, let me know in the comments so I can give you that extra push you need. If this wasn't the push enough. But if you have read it, let me know and tell me what your thoughts were on the book, because this was crazy and I just feel like I need to talk to somebody about it. I didn't know that it was going to be this crazy, and it was crazy. But yeah, Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. Deuces.